Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good
Good,
afternoon.
I know. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Ready to start? Think so. I think everyone's here. Um, and it's just you, PD Patton.
No, Your Honor. Mr. Morel is still interviewing clients for ACDC.
Okay. Does he have just a few to go, I hope?
I am waiting on a response.
Okay, let's see.
But I actually, Your Honor, I have the first 10 that are on the calendar.
Okay.
If you are ready to start.
Okay. As long as the jail can accommodate and do the first 10 since we just have you on.
Okay.
All right, we'll get started. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin our Fulton County Expedited Accusations calendar. And this is a calendar for cases that have recently, excuse me, that have recently been, individuals have recently been arrested and charged with certain misdemeanor offenses. Soon after their arrest, the Fulton County Solicitor General's office has accused the cases of the offenses brought against them, and the case has been bound over to the Fulton County State Court. Nevertheless, this will usually be the defendant's initial appearance before a state court judge, so we are able to address several matters such as bond and a possible arraignment or plea offer if one has been made by the state at this juncture. I'll be providing you with the SAP reset date, and that is, let's see,
It's
August the
August the
28th.
20th.
Yeah, I just saw it in the chat. Thank you. August the 28th. So I want to begin by advising everyone that this whole entire proceeding is being recorded as well as live streamed on YouTube. So govern yourselves accordingly. I want to also advise the defendants who are on this calendar that you have certain constitutional rights. The first being that you have a right to representation, and you should know and have spoken to your counsel or your attorneys by now, so follow their lead. You also have a right to remain silent. Remember that anything that you state about the facts or the circumstances of your case can and will be held against you. The state is here and they're listening. So once again, follow the instructions of your attorney. All right, who do we have, deputies?
Number one.
All right. All right, this is 25 CR 004841G, Donta Boone. Pretrial.
19, he got two open trespass cases, two counts of trespass, 22 CR 005980G, 2021 terrorist threats, 2022 and 2020 battery of a sexual nature, shoplifting conviction out of 2013.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
This incident stems from August 15th. Donta Boone, who is the defendant in this case, he was located at the Shell gas station at 2775 Campbellton Road. He was previously on June 20th of 2025 given a trespass warning by the manager of the Shell gas station to not come back to that location. And that manager is a Mr. Muradul Muhammad, and Mr. Muhammad trespassed him on that particular date. Officers were subsequently able to locate him. He had left the location, and when they did attempt to locate him for the criminal trespass, he was in fact placed in custody. Given the fact that he does have the open cases, Your Honor, and you heard the criminal history in this case, the state would be asking for a good bond in the amount of $3,000, and that he stay away, hopefully, finally, from the Shell gas station at 2775 Campbellton Road.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Uh-huh. All right. PD Patton.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mr. Boone, I spoke with him. He does understand that he is to stay away from the Shell gas station. He lives in the area. He does understand what the parameters are of the trespass. And so we're just asking that he be released on a signature bond. Mr. Boone would not be able to pay a $3,000 good bond. In effect, it would be like setting no bond on this case. So we'd ask that he be released on a signature bond, level 3, through the jail.
He lives in the area you stated.
He does. He lives on Campbellton Road.
And he's already received a warning and got the open cases. I'm going to order a $2,000 surety bond. And with that $2,000 surety bond, he needs to stay away from the Shell on Campbellton Road. Please do not go back there, Mr. Boone, and have no further contact with the manager there, Mr. Muhammad, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And that will be the order.
What was that amount?
2,000 surety.
Thank you.
Position number 5, Francis.
This is 25 CR 004840J, Aaron Francis. Charged at 1 count of DUI, less safe.
3 cycles. Got an open case out of Douglas County, false imprisonment, simple assault, simple battery, and a 2022 DUI arrest.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. This case also stems from an incident that occurred on August 15th of 2025. Officers received a phone call in the neighborhood of 3315 Lord Lady Lane that someone was at the neighborhood pool area. And the person that was at the neighborhood pool area was yelling at others as well as himself. Officers did arrive to investigate this late night incident at the pool where essentially they did come into contact with Mr. Aaron Clancy. They did notice that Mr. Clancy was inebriated and he was presenting with glossy, bloodshot eyes and slurred speech. And he was very erratic and he was yelling at times. They didn't feel that he was in his right mind. What they asked Mr. Yancey to do, Mr. Clancy to do,
I was going to say, and what is the defendant? This is the defendant. I thought is this Aaron Francis?
Aaron Clancy, I believe. Is it?
Oh,
Maybe,
is it
maybe
the
it is.
last-
It's Francis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron Francis. I'm Clancy might have been the officer. So Aaron Francis, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
They asked him to walk to his grandmother's or his grandparents' house instead of driving because they knew that he was in fact intoxicated. And after several asks of law enforcement for him to walk on foot to his grandparents' house, he still decided to get inside of the vehicle, and he actually backed the vehicle up and began driving it. Officers then got behind him and pulled him over. And of course, what could have been the avoidance of a DUI became an unnecessary DUI because of his failure to follow the officer's commands to just walk to the grandparents' house. So he is charged with 1 count of DUI, Your Honor. You did hear that he had a prior DUI back in 2022. I do not know the disposition of that case, but he does have an open case. As such, the state is going to ask for a $6,000 good bond in this particular case.
All right. PD Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. We're gonna request a signature bond in this case. Aaron Francis is 28 years old. He lives with his grandparents. He is an Atlanta native. He is currently door dashing, and he's been doing that for a little over a month. He's currently enrolled at Lincoln Tech. He's studying electricals and electronics. He began that July 1st. He graduated from Newton High School, attended Bethel University in Tennessee on a football scholarship. He was in the military for 3 years and 26 weeks. And yes, he does have a criminal history, Your Honor. However, he has good ties to the community. He is willing to return to court to address the cases. He was going up the street to his grandparents' house, which is where he's living. And so we just ask, he's door dashing. He's not going to be able to afford a $6,000 good bond on a DoorDash, on a DoorDash, I can't say salary. So we just be asking that you release him on a signature bond, even if it's level 2, to come back and address these charges, Your Honor.
Well, I do have concerns. Is he in school as well, and door dashing, or just in school?
He's doing both, Your Honor. He is door dashing while he is not in school at Lincoln Tech.
Well, I don't think it would be safe for him to door dash with these DUIs and the allegations of that.
Your Honor, I may, if I may, DoorDash does, and a lot of those services, they do pull a driving history for the drivers. And while I understand that there is a concern for the judge, um, if he was able to enroll in the program as a driver and then continue to work, I just ask that he, again, be released. There's not too big of a concern there for the company. And so if he could be released on a signature bond so that he can continue working while he is in school.
I don't know. People make pretty good money with DoorDash if they attempt to, but I do have concerns with that, and usually they're delivering in the evenings and at night, and I'm concerned with his conduct. So I will give him a $3,000 surety bond. With that surety bond, no driving for DoorDash while he's on bond. He can go to school. Obviously, I guess he should go to school, but he's 28 years old. So he can find ways to get to school, Uber, bus, or get rides from someone. But I want to restrict his driving right now. Also, I'm going to order that he stay away from the pool area at that subdivision. Stay away from there. Going to order no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I believe that's it for now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mhm.
For 7, Hampton.
This is 25 CR 004827J. Jason Hampton, charged with 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, giving false information to law enforcement.
Second adult arrest. He got an open case out of Polk County for trespass, damage to property. I think another trespass. I think he's wanted too, but I couldn't confirm it because I forgot to check.
The whole,
Is it out of Muskogee?
Paulding County.
Pardon. Okay.
Thank you. All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. In addition to that, he has open warrants for aggravated assault out of Columbus Police Department in Ohio and damage to property out of Cedartown, Ohio. Open warrants for his arrest.
Okay.
Your Honor, this incident took place on August 14, 2025. Police were patrolling the area of East Point, Georgia, when they noticed a gray Chevrolet disregard a stop sign. They pulled the person over. The driver was the defendant's mom. They asked for the defendant's information. He gave a name of Jason Martin with the birth date of 11/12/2027. They were not able to locate that information. They were able to utilize an infield fingerprint reader, which identified him as Jason Hampton, and he revealed that he had multiple active warrants for his arrest, Your Honor. While they were securing him, he indicated They asked for if he had any drugs or illegal substances. He indicated he had some marijuana, and they were able to obtain that from him as well, Your Honor. Based upon the fact of his criminal record, his history, the fact that he actively tried to elude capture in this particular case, for the possession of marijuana, the state is asking for a $1,000 surety bond. For the given false name, the state is asking for a $3,000 surety bond, Your Honor. And then to have no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while I don't bond.
All right. PD Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Jason Hampton is 18 years old. He is currently living with one of his friends and the family. They have taken him in. And just to acknowledge his charges, he's had a very troubled youth, and he's just now getting to a point where he is able to be stable. He does have a child on the way. His son is due November 30th with his girlfriend that he has been with for 4 years at this point. He's currently getting his GED. He has an interview scheduled at Captain D's, and I know that he does have holds in some of the metro areas. So we just ask that he be released to his holds so that he can address those holds prior to the birth of his son in the next couple of months, Your Honor.
Okay, state, do we think Paulding is going to come get him?
I am not sure if Paulding plans to come get him, Your Honor.
And now I've heard sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Not for sure how he would get a job at Captain D's with his history. I will give him a $3,000 surety bond, 1,000 on the marijuana, 2,000 on the false information, for a total of 3,000. Surety. I'm going to order that he not have any drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And there's not a stay away, is it? I don't think you
No,
asked for one, did you?
no, Your Honor.
Yeah, okay. And that will be the ruling, 3,000 surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Position number 9.
25 CR 004826G, Eric Kaiser, charge of 1 count of battery family violence.
What we got? I think this is first, Joe.
Oh,
Yeah, I
first?
got first arrest.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened on August 15, 2025. Police responded to the home of Eric Kaiser as well as his wife, Tracy Kaiser, as reports to a person down. Upon arrival, they spoke to Mrs. Kaiser. She indicated that the defendant was heavily under the influence of alcohol, had pushed her down the steps, and once she went down the steps, he had repeatedly kicked her. Police were able to observe lacerations and other visible injuries on her leg, and Mr. Kaiser was subsequently arrested. The police officers also indicated that they were able to see that he was under the influence of alcohol. He had slurred speech and an odor of alcoholic beverage coming from his person. Your Honor, although this is his first arrest, the state is concerned about the pushing her down the steps and the repeatedly kicking her. We did speak to Tracy Kaiser, so I will sound for her in a second to see if she is online on Zoom. She indicated at this point she wants no further contact with the defendant and she wants him to stay away from the address, which is 1477 Monroe Drive, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia. Your Honor, in addition to that, the state is going to ask that as a part of his condition of his probation, of his bond that he take an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment as deemed necessary. And at this time, can I sound for Tracy Kaiser?
Yes.
Tracy Kaiser, if you're present, please unmute yourself or show your camera. Right. After
All
hearing
right.
nothing, Your Honor, that's all from the state.
All right. PD Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Kaiser is a 59-year-old man. He's been in Atlanta for 32 years. He lives in the home with his family. He's been married to her for 24 years. And he does expect to be able to continue his marriage after this dispute. He is currently self-employed and has been since August of last year. He does have somewhere to go in the interim time while they cool down. So we'd ask that he be released on a signature bond and be able to go and go into the home. That's where primarily he works. He could go and stay somewhere else, Your Honor, if he needed to. I mean, he's worked for Cloud for Good for 2 years. He worked for the Boys and Girls Club for 5 years and the American Cancer Society for 12 years. He attended Indiana University, Your Honor. This one-off experience is an isolated event. And so we just ask that he be released on a signature bond so that he can continue to work and support the family that lives with him, Your Honor.
But did you state that he works from the home?
He does work from the home in the event that he needed to stay away for a very short, limited period of time. There, he could go and work somewhere else, but he does primarily work in the home. Yeah.
All right. We haven't had the ample cooling down period, so certainly won't order him to go back there. I'm going to order a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial. And I guess at a level 1, I'm going to order that he take anger awareness course through pretrial, I guess for 2 days. I'm going to order that he stay away from the home at 1477 Monroe Drive, that he have no further contact with the victim, Tracy Kaiser, that he can receive a one-time police escort back to that property to pick up his personal belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And he does have this alcohol problem. I will order that he sign up for AA classes and go at least 2 times a week. And that's all I'll order for now.
Number 10, Mr. King.
This is 25 CR 004829E. Kevin King, charged with 1 count of willful obstruction.
22. He got open battery DV out of state court. It's 25 CR 003-139E. He's wanted out of DeKalb County for assault and from the U.S. Marshals. Yeah, that's all.
All right.
Your Honor, this incident happened on August 14, 2025 at 1220 Gun Club Road in Fulton County. Police officers were trying to arrest the defendant in this case. They realized he had an active warrant. They went to go retrieve him for that warrant. They encountered him, asked him to come forward. He exited through the back door. They were able to grab him, detain him. They were trying to get him into police custody. He refused and resisted the arrest, Your Honor. So based upon that, Your Honor, that is the basis of the charge, and along with his history and the fact that he already has an open case in which he was received a bond and has not complied with the conditions of that bond, Your Honor. The state is going to be asking for a $2,000 surety bond on the obstruction charge. To stay, well, I guess stay away is not necessary.
And what was that recommendation again?
A $2,000 surety bond, Your Honor.
All right. PDs?
Yes, judgments. He's going to be myself. Court reporter is Rashid Morrell with the Fulton County Public Defender's Office. Your Honor,
Okay.
our first begin with Mr. King. He's 39 years old, Your Honor. He is a lifelong resident, Your Honor. He has an active address out of Fulton County, so he is not a flight risk. As we also heard, we didn't hear him have any kind of FTAs or anything of that nature, Your Honor. Furthermore, Your Honor, he does have 8 children. The 9-year-old, his youngest child is 9, who actually he is a provider for, Your Honor. He is, as far as education goes, he has completed the 10th grade and he was currently working. He was working at a restaurant that was right downtown, Your Honor. Furthermore, Your Honor, he just started that job, Your Honor, so he doesn't have, when I asked about income, he doesn't really have a substantial amount of income because he had just started as a chef at the restaurant. Your Honor, it's a very popular restaurant off of Edgewood. Be as in may, Your Honor, I am asking for him to be given a signature bond, Your Honor. His is won't even effectuate his release completely, Your Honor. As you've heard, he has to go to DeKalb to answer something, and then the U.S. Marshal to answer to a probation violation, which he will probably sit in detainment. And so, instead of having him just sit in Rice Street, Your Honor, I would ask that he's given a signature bond so he can be able to handle his other matters before he has to come back and answer to Fulton County.
Okay. So he's got the 2 open warrants. The
Oh,
DeKalb.
one last thing. I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
Mhm.
It's also our understanding that on the day of this incident, Mr. King, he was walking out the back door of his residence and where he was attempting to take out the trash. And when they apprehended him, it is his position that he wasn't even sure what was happening. And so that's where the resistance kind of come into play, Your Honor. So that's also the reason why I'm also asking for a signature bond. Sorry, I forgot to say that in my opening. I mean, not
Okay.
opening, in my
I
argument.
know we're all, it's Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. Um, if I give him the signature bonds to release him to his hold only, I may do that. I just don't, I'm not impressed with his history. And I guess he has other fish to fry here. I'm going to give him a $3,000 signature bond to be released to his holds. Is it 2 of them, I believe?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh,
It's the cab and U.S. Marshal.
all right, to be released to his hold. No guns, alcohol, weapons, or drugs while on bond. And that Gun Club Road, that's his address, correct?
That is correct.
And I don't think the state said to stay away from there. It's just that with this signature bond only to be released to his holds. And I think that's all I'll be able to order at this point.
What's that amount?
3,000.
Jail.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Position 14 through 16, Robinson.
But do we have the other PD? Because I think Patton was 1 through 10. Do you have any other conflict cases, Mr. Merrill?
There was only one conflict case, Shania White. She's in ACDC. I
Oh,
didn't know if it's going to be here or not. If they're not going to be here, we'll represent today and then conflict off.
okay. And where are we with the other PD, Miss Patton?
Ms. Patton, she's here.
Here.
Right. And you said you had 1 through 10?
Yes, Your Honor. The first 10.
Maria has the rest, Judge.
Oh, I am the other PD. I'm sorry.
I was very confused. I'm sorry.
Mm,
Yes. I'm sorry, Mr. Morrell. Go ahead, Deputy. You said 14 and 15?
14 through 16.
Oh, I see. 13 through 16.
No, number 14 through 16.
Yes. Mr.
All
Kewan
right.
Robinson has 3 cases.
Juan Robinson. Gotcha. 25. I'll call them all three, and then we can just go down the list. First case is position 14, 25 CR 004833H. Kawan Robinson charged with one count of criminal trespass and damage to property. That case is June 11th of 2025. Second case, 25 CR 004835H. One count of simple battery, family violence, 11/26/24. And then the third case is 25 CR 004836H. One count of simple assault, family violence, and a second count of willful obstruction. It looks like that offense date is July 15th, 2025.
Blunt, did he go to felony yet?
Okay.
Yes, he did. No
No,
bond.
that's okay. Figure. Um, what's this? K Robinson. He got 9 total. Open entering auto out of Fulton, 23 SC 1911435. 24 SC 00. I don't know. They left off a number, Judge. So he got 2 open cases
Mhm.
out of Fulton for entering auto. 1 out of DeKalb County. 8 counts and 8 counts of trespass. He got bench warrants. 1 out of Cobb. 2020 armed robbery, first offender.
All right. State?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. As it relates to Mr. Robinson, uh, Your Honor, you eloquently laid out the dates of the case. I'll just give you brief facts on each, and I'll begin
Okay.
with the one that's furthest in time, which is the November 26, 2024 incident. That incident happened at 3041 Landrum Drive in Southwest Atlanta. Officer Cox responded to a domestic dispute. Upon speaking with the victim in that case, the victim in that case was a Miss Courtney Mason. Miss Mason stated that the father of her child, the accused, Mr. Robinson, was at the apartment and that he had placed the child on the couch sofa in an awkward position. When she asked him why, he became upset and began yelling at her. At some point, while yelling at her, he did grab her arm and slammed her head into the kitchen counter, Your Honor. And that obviously the officers did not see any bruises, so he was charged with the simple battery, family violence in that November 26th incident. He had left the scene before officers could arrive, so he was not arrested on that date. I'll fast forward to June 11th of 2025. Officer Bray and Officer David responded to that domestic dispute. It was at 1247 Joseph E. Boone Northwest in Atlanta, Georgia. The victim, again, was the same victim, Miss Courtney Mason, who stated that the father of her child, Mr. Robinson, broke the front window to her apartment and forced his way inside of the apartment. Ms. Mason stated that Mr. Robinson did not strike her on that occasion, and that when officers arrived, he of course he ran away on foot, and officers were unable to apprehend on that date as well. But that forms the basis for the criminal trespass damage to property, Your Honor. And then finally, on July 15th, 2025, Officer Arrington responded to domestic dispute at the same location, 1247 Joseph E. Boone in Northwest Atlanta, with the same victim and complainant, Miss Courtney Mason, who stated that she and the father of her child at one point were residing together, but because of the ongoing domestic issues, she had to move in with her grandmother. She reported that on this date, he returned to their apartment to retrieve personal items for herself. She returned to the apartments to receive personal items for herself and the children. And while doing so, she got into a verbal altercation with Mr. Robinson. And Miss Mason stated that during that argument, Mr. Robinson attempted to physically assault her. Instead of physically assaulting her, he did grab a firearm, threatening to kill her. So fearing for her safety, Ms. Mason fled the apartment and waited for officers to arrive. Once officers did arrive, they made loud verbal commands for Mr. Robinson to come out of the apartment due to knowing that he had a firearm. At the time, Mr. Robinson did not come out of the apartment. He instead fled on foot to the back door of the apartment. And while fleeing, he did drop uh, a brown Glock handgun. Serial number is listed in the police report, Your Honor. Officers then pursued him on foot. He exited the complex and he did enter into a four-door passenger gray vehicle. Officers surrounded that vehicle and issued verbal commands for him to get out. Instead, that vehicle fled the scene, almost running officers over with Mr. Robinson still inside. Units did attempt to pursue, however, they lost visual, and this was the third time that Mr. Robinson was able to get away from law enforcement officers. Uh, as indicated before, this defendant does have open cases. He did have to appear in felony first appearance today, particularly for warrants that stem from a December 1st, 2024 incident that involved the same victim as Courtney Mason, and the charges were for aggravated assault, robbery by sudden snatching, uh, and then there were 2 counts of battery, family violence, also simple assault with the same victim, Your Honor. And he did receive no bond, from my understanding. That case number is 25 PI 006661. And in addition to that, Your Honor, yeah, no, there's no addition to that. You heard from pretrial already about the extent of his other criminal history. Your Honor, a very serious situation here where this victim has been subjected to abuse by Mr. Robinson. He somehow received 3-year probation on a armed robbery. I'm sure they did a downward departure and gave him first offender to give him an opportunity. Seems like he wants to squander that opportunity. So as it relates to Mr. Robinson, on uh, the case that stems from November 26, 2024, the state is asking for a $20,000 good bond. Your Honor, for the case that stems, the criminal trespass damage to property that stems from June 11th, 2025, the state is asking for a $10,000 good bond, and that was the criminal trespass damage to property. And then the case that stems from July 11th of 2025, the simple assault as well as the obstruction, we're asking for 10,000 each on those charges for a total global bond of $50,000, and that he stay away and have no further contact from Miss Courtney Mason and her 3 children, including the one that he has with her, and that he stay away from both incident locations. And I believe I cited one incident location to be at 3041 Landrum Drive in Southwest Atlanta, and then the other to be at 1247 Joseph E. Boone, Northwest Atlanta. And that's all the state have. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
You're on
Oh,
mute.
you're on.
Mr. Burrell.
Sorry. All right.
Mhm.
Your Honor, before us is Mr. Robinson. Just to give a little biographical sketch about Mr. Robinson hold on one second. Mr. Robinson, I see you. I have to give my version first, and then we may talk afterwards, but let me speak first. And besides, hold on, Mr. Robinson. Sorry about that, Your Honor. Mr. Robinson, his biographical sketch, he's 22 years old. He is a lifelong resident, Your Honor, and as well as he does have an active address that is different from the address of Ms. Mason. Speaking of Ms. Mason, I did call her. I did also invited her to be on the Zoom, Your Honor. She also indicated that she's not afraid of him, and she also indicated that in the case where the firearm, where they mentioned the Glock, she said she never even saw a firearm, Your Honor. Now, of course, I did invite her to be on the Zoom today. I don't see her name listed on here. I do see a person that says CM, but I'm not sure if that's her or not. Furthermore, Your Honor, um, he does have two children. Well, he has a 10-month-old daughter, and he has a child that he is expecting. That current pregnancy is about 3 months pregnant at this time. As far as education, Your Honor, my client does have an 11th grade education. He was working as an electric assistant, but as you can see in the Zoom, his arm is broken, and so right now he's not able to work. Your Honor, I know you're concerned about the fact that my client has 9 cycles, as well as there's a first offender for armed robbery. But also, I want to mention that he's currently on a no bond status in his felony case, which probably means that he's going to be on a no bond status for at least 90 days. I He will have to go to a preliminary hearing in a couple of weeks. And then after that, if he's not given a bond right now, what we're seeing as an atrocity in Superior Court is that our clients are not getting the secondary bond hearings, et cetera, after preliminary because of the shortage of many other different things that goes on. I mentioned that because, Your Honor, he also has a FTA out of Judge Brandy Brooks' courtroom that's in the non-complex court. So setting a bond at $50,000 once a bond is if he is allowed to even get a bond on his felony case, which will probably be high in nature, Your Honor, is just going to just be restrictive. He'll never be able to get out of custody, even if they set aside the FTA. I understand that Mr. Robinson has a very uphill battle in the court, is concerned about safety to the public and as well as safety to Ms. Mason, Your Honor. But I would ask that you do set a bond, but not a bond set at 50,000. I'm asking for a bond I'm really asking for on. Oops, sorry, let's scroll past my notes. I'm actually going to ask for a couple of signature bond on our more what I would consider our more minor cases. So on the criminal trespass case, I would ask for a signature bond on that particular case. Again, the basis of that is because it's to reduce some of the harm that will be towards Mr. Robinson when he is able to finally get all of his holds and bonds amount dealt with, Your Honor. Um, on the simple battery, I'm asking for a $2,000 bond to be set. On the case that has the simple assault, that's from the July 15th, I'm asking for another $2,000 simple assault, and I'm asking for a signature bond on the obstruction. That's a $4,000 total. But that's also keeping in mind that he's going to have probably a high bond on his felonies, and then if Judge Brooks set aside his FTAs, they're probably going to set a higher bond. They're going to have to reinstate a bond. I'm sorry. I'm sure the defense attorney is going to ask for him to reinstate a bond, and she's probably going to set a new bond, which means he have to rebond out on those particular cases. And as I stated, he's only 22 years old, so a bond much higher, he probably would never be able to afford to be able to get out, even if he does do the 10% through the bonding company.
Your Honor, if I may very briefly, I just wanted to reiterate to the court that the incident on July 15th involving the firearm, I understand what Mr. Morrell is saying that the victim indicated, but the officers recovered a gun that they saw him drop. And that gun was reported stolen out of, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, might have been East Point, but I can get the location. But it was when they ran the ACIC on that gun, it was reported as a stolen gun. And I also want to reiterate to the court that he just had first appearance before the felony division for aggravated assault, for which Miss Mason was beaten and choked excessively to the point to where she passed out. Ambulance had to arrive, and her sister was also attacked during that event. Unfortunately, this particular defendant has put himself in this situation, and the state does believe that a high bond for him is appropriate under the circumstances. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I am very, very concerned that we're not able to bring any peace for a moment to this victim, Courtney Mason. This is terrible. And I don't know what it's going to take
I'm
for
sorry,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Robinson to stop.
Is it possible I can just call over the courtroom just to see what's happening? I just I don't know if what he's trying to say is pertinent, but before you give your ruling, just so I can
Okay.
just very briefly.
Okay, I'll give you a second.
If he outbreaks like that again, we're gonna remove him from the courtroom. So go ahead and call him because he's not gonna disrupt court. Thank you.
Yes, I'm calling right now from my cell phone or from my office phone. Stand by.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Are we able to move on to the next case?
Probably, but I'm hoping he steps back real quick. I don't know that. As soon as I start talking with you, you know what's going to happen. He's going to come back real quick. I'm trying to move, but let's see. We might be able to go. Who do you have first?
Ms. Patton's cases.
Judge, if you can,
Oh, where's Miss Patton? Oh, there she goes.
Here, Your Honor.
okay, yes. If you can just read their right here at ACDC, thank you.
Oh, okay, because they were not on there. Correct. Sorry about that. So this is, again, ladies, our Fulton County Expedited Accusations calendar. And this is a calendar for misdemeanor offenses. And soon after the arrest, these cases have been bound over to the Fulton County Solicitor General's office. They've already been accused of the offenses brought against them, and these cases have been bound over. Nevertheless, this is usually the defendant's initial appearance before a state court judge, so we are able to address possible matters of plea and arraignment, bond, and a plea offer if one has been made by the state at this juncture. I'm going to remind you that this whole entire proceeding is being recorded as well as live streamed on YouTube. You have certain constitutional rights, the first being that you have a right to counsel or representation at this stage of your case. You should have talked to your attorney by now. You also have a right to remain silent. Remember that anything that you state about the facts and circumstances or the occurrence of your case can and will be held against you. So follow the lead or the instructions of your attorney, okay? And let's see, we'll finish this up real quick and then we'll come to you, ACDC.
I was
All right,
just
go
getting
ahead.
ready to check the courtroom who's available.
Okay, all right, Attorney Morrell.
No, nothing further, Your Honor. Just as, of course, as we know, bond is just the chief factor of bond is to ensure his appearance in court. And so I would just ask that a fair and reasonable bond is set, and not in the nature to punish him, but just to make sure that his appearance is to be to ensure his appearance. And as I've heard, we haven't heard any FTA, so I've just asked that a low bond is set.
Certainly not going to set a low bond. I'm trying to ensure that our victim will be safe. And it appears that all these other bonds that he's gotten have not ensured the safety of the victim because he continues to go back and have interactions and obviously negative interactions with the victim and her family. On the position number 15, which is the 2024 case, I am going to give him a $10,000 good bond on this simple battery family violence. On the second case, which is position 14 from June 11th, I will give him the $10,000 good bond. And then on the third case, which is position 16, and on that case, that is with the simple assault and the obstruction, I will give a $10,000 good bond, $5,000 on each. So that's a total of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 good bond global on all three. On all three, once again, I will say this, can't say it strong enough, stay away and have no further contact with Courtney Mason. He is to be 200 yards away from her, which is 2 football fields. He's not to have any contact with her family, relatives, or her child at all. He is to stay away from her job, her work. Don't call, don't email, don't text, don't have the other third parties to reach out to her. And no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And that should be it.
Okay. And then
All
did
right.
they have the reset date? I'm sorry, I probably was interviewing the reset date for SAP.
Is August 28th.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, ACDC.
Yes, Judge, this is going to be position number 2, Ms. Bussey.
Okay. This is 25 CR 004822A. Kimberly Bussey, charged with 1 count of simple battery family violence. Retrial.
It's a ninth arrest. 2017 failure to appear. 2016 failure to appear. That's all.
Okay.
Your Honor, this case stems from an incident that happened on August 14th, 2025. Police responded to 1910 Center Avenue in East Point, Georgia, in reference to a domestic dispute. Once they arrived, officer met Janicia Sutton, I believe is present on Zoom, Your Honor, Janesia Sutton, who indicated that she was having an argument with her mother and initially started with an argument she had with her sister. Her mother intervened. And then they begin to argue about the mother touching her personal items and also trying to throw her out of the apartment that they're living together. At that point, the defendant basically grabbed her daughter by the neck and pushed her into the dresser, Your Honor. Being that she does have FTAs, the state is asking for $1,000 good bond. On this case, to have no further violent contact with Janicia Sutton. Also to have no weapons, drugs, or alcohol on her persons while she has bond. State is not going to ask for a stay away. We did speak to Ms. Sutton. She indicates that they live together and that she does not want the mother to stay away from that address. And may I sound from Ms. Sutton in case she wants to say anything else?
Yes.
Janisa Sutton, if you're present, please activate your camera and unmute yourself. No response, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, PD Patton.
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to address the FTA. The FTA was from 2016, so she hasn't had an FTA in 9 years. We're going to request a signature bond. Miss Bussey is 40 years old. She lives at the address with her 5 children that she takes care of. She has been unemployed for the past 6 months. She's and She was born in Atlanta. She attended Tri-Cities High School. She does have 3 adult children that she, again, does support. She has 2 minors. The daughter does not want her to stay away. There were no significant injuries. And this is the first time that she's had this issue with her children. So, Your Honor, we're just going to ask that she be released on a signature bond so that she can go home to her children.
All right, this one is not restricted. Is it state?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Is this charge restricted on the bond?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'm going to grant a $2,000 signature bond. And with that signature bond, I'm going to have that come through pre-trial
Judge,
with the level.
this is a
I'm
family
sorry.
violence. This is a family violence charge. I'm not sure why.
Oh, it is. Let's say that again. I'm sorry, Mr. Jordan. It is family violence,
It
right?
is family violence. There is a bill restriction on
So,
all violence charges.
so it is restricted, right? So I will
Apologize, Your
make
Honor.
that,
I have it written as
Uh-huh.
simple battery, but you're right. It is simple battery family violence.
right. So $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Level 2, I'm going to ask her to take a 3-day anger awareness course. And no further violent contact with the victim, Janicia Sutton. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And that should be it. Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Number 18.
'25 CR 004834Y, Michael Shajiri or Sajir. Charge of
Sajir.
one count. Sajir. Charge of one count of battery.
Fourth arrest, 2019. It says, I guess it was a ICE charge. Says non-immigrant overstay. 2025 battery DV.
All right, Your Honor. Your Honor, this case stems from an incident that took place, I believe it was May 31st of 2025. The victim in this case, her name is Miss Quenisha Solanap. And I'll spell her first name is Kwaneysa. Solanap is spelled Solinap. She went into the precinct herself on May 30th to basically make a report of an assault upon her person. And she stated
Hold on 1 second, ABA. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I have on this case, we have June 15th. No?
I'm showing
What is
the incident date was May 30th of 2025, but let me double check, Your Honor. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm showing that on the top part of the warrant, it says June 15th at 298 Buckhead Avenue. In the body where there's probable cause, it's reading May 30th or May 31st. So, Judge, I'm okay with saying on or around May and June of 2025. If the court is okay with that.
We're fine. I'm fine with that. Yes.
All right. So on or around May or June of 2025, Quenisha Solanap did go into the precinct to make this outcry of incident of an assault that occurred at the incident location that I just mentioned, Your Honor. And that was 298 Buckhead Avenue. She stated that she and a friend of hers, Miss Diamond McNeil, had gone out for dinner and drinks, and afterwards they went to another friend's house who was a Mr. Dillon. And Miss Solanap did tell law enforcement that at the time she was staying with Mr. Dillon at the 298 Buckhead Avenue address. While at that location, another male who is Mr. Michael Sajir, who is the defendant, he goes by the name of Jay Vibes. He showed up to the apartment and decided to stop by unbeknownst to the parties. And according to Miss Solanap, Mr. Sajir became a bit envious of her relationship with Mr. Dillon. And at some point, he became so irate that Miss McNeil and Mr. Dillon decided to leave the apartment. And as they were leaving, then the incident occurred where Mr. Sajir then pulled her into a bedroom and started grabbing her by the arm, waist, and at some point was trying to initiate sex with her on multiple occasions. She refused his advances and his aggressiveness. Ms. Solanap stated that she lied to him and told him that she was sleeping with someone else and could no longer sleep with him. He began to cry and pull down her pants and basically told her, now you have two boyfriends, is what she told law enforcement officers. He continued being aggressive and grabbed her by the neck and began punching her in the face, leaving multiple marks and abrasions about her face, Your Honor. As indicated, he does have criminal history, at least 4 cycles. I do believe there's a battery family violence case that is open in Henry County as we speak, Your Honor. So I do not know who the victim of the battery family violence case is in Henry County. However, that does give the state some concern. Given the seriousness and gravity of the allegations, don't know if the state will be moving forward with something more than just battery in this case. But for right now, it is charged as battery. The state is going to ask for a $10,000 good bond on that charge, and that he have no further contact with Quenisha Solanap, and that he stay away from the address listed at 298 Buckhead Avenue Northeast in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's all from the state at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
PD?
Yes, Your Honor. So,
Oh, I'm sorry, Attorney Merrill.
oh yeah, no, it's fine. I can go by PD.
Okay.
Mr. Sajir before you, he sits before you. He's 33 years old, Your Honor. He has been living in Georgia over 10 years, so it does show he doesn't have a significant risk of fleeing from our jurisdiction. He also doesn't have any FTAs, Your Honor. Now he does have a valid address that's different from the Buckhead Avenue, which is also in Fulton County, Your Honor. I do believe that that is updated in the Odyssey system. I pulled it directly from Odyssey and confirmed it with my clients. Um, he does have a daughter, a 16-year-old daughter, and he also, as far as education, he does have his bachelor's degree in economics, Your Honor. Currently, at this time, he is now unemployed due some financial hardships, Your Honor. But I also would like to indicate that my client does deny these allegations, Your Honor. Even with an open case, Your Honor, he has not been convicted of any battery charge at this time, and the presumption of innocence is both intact for him in Henry County as well as in Fulton County. We don't hear any other instance of any kind of violence, so I do not believe he poses a significant risk of committing a felony. I don't hear where I don't think that he will be having contact with Ms. Solanap, the alleged victim in this particular case. So I don't believe that we'll have a case of a significant risk of intimidating the witness, as well as we don't have any property or any other crimes harmful to another person. So I don't believe he'll be a danger to our community, as Ayala has indicated. Your Honor, I would be asking that since it's not a family violence case, that a signature bond is provided for Mr. Sajir because he does have the innocence intact, Your Honor. And then as well as even with 4 cycles, Your Honor, he doesn't have any FTAs, and the chief factor of bond is to ensure his appearance before court. Nothing further.
Hey. I'm going to order a $5,000 surety bond. With that surety bond, I'm going to order that he have no further contact with the victim, Benicia Solanat, that he stay away from the 298 Buckhead Avenue, and that he have no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. So it's a 5,000 surety. Yeah.
Next, Judge, I have position number 3, Ms. Fernandez.
First arrest.
Okay. This is 25 CR 004823E, Toribio Fernandez. First state.
Yes, Your Honor, this incident happened on August 15, 2025. The victim in this case is the defendant's husband. They're separated. His name is Fernando Harris. He went to go pick up the kids from her home. They got into an argument, a verbal dispute. The defendant in this case threw a metal water bottle and hit him at upside his head, Your Honor. We spoke to Mr. Harris. He wants contact with her. So we're going to be asking for no further violent contact with Fernando Harris, Your Honor. And the state does not oppose a signature bond. We just ask that she has no weapons, drugs, or alcohol on her person, Your Honor.
All right. PD?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Fernandez is 39 years old. She's been in Georgia for the past 5 years. She is currently working at the Midtown Target for the past 2.5 years. She currently is taking care of her 7-year-old son, her 5-year-old daughter. Her and the husband are separated. He does not live in the home. And this is her first arrest. So we'd be asking for a signature bond so that she can go, one, take care of the children, and two, not lose her job. She is being threatened with termination of employment with her being incarcerated, Your Honor. And so that's going to be our request, is that she be released on a signature bond.
All right. I will order a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial. I'm going to order her to take a 2-day anger awareness course through pretrial. I'm going to order that, I guess at the victim's request, you have no further violent contact with the victim. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm going to order no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. Is there any other requests by the state?
Level 1.
Yes, I'm sorry, level 1.
No other request, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Position,
Thank you.
position number 4.
25 CR 004824J, Michael Foots, charged with 1 count of simple battery.
Third adult arrest. 2019 failed to appear. 2017 computer theft by taking.
Okay. State.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident stems from something that happened on August 5th, 2025. Police responded to the location of 1195 Woodland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. They spoke to the victim in this case, which is Ruby Williams, and she is present via Zoom, Your Honor. She indicated that they got into a vocal altercation. He got into her personal space, and when she tried to pull away from him, he became enraged and struck her in the face. The incident happened at the victim's mother house, where the victim and her children are currently residing. They do not share any children with each other, Your Honor. And we are going to be requesting, Your Honor, a stay away from that location, 1195 Woodland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, 30324, to have no further contact with Ruby Williams, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. And we're going to be asking for a $1,500 good bond, Your Honor.
All right. PD.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Foots is 26 years old. He is currently unhoused and has been for the past 2 years. He is an Atlanta native. He's been working for Amazon for the past 4 years. He attended what was Grady, is now Midtown. He went to Georgia State for 2 years, where he dropped out once his son was born. He does not share, like the state said, he does not share the son with Ruby Williams, who is the alleged victim and ex-girlfriend of Mr. Foots. We are going to be requesting a signature bond, Your Honor. With his current situation, I mean, any bond is going to have the effect of a no bond. It's keeping him away from his son. 2 days from Amazon, especially, is going to threaten his employment. No one knows he is here, so there is no one for him to reach out to let him know that he is here. So he's not having contact with his son. He likely will get out and not have a job. So we are going to ask that he be released on a signature bond. He has not had contact with the alleged victim, does not want contact. He is willing to stay away. So we just ask that he be released on a signature bond, Your Honor.
All right, I will grant a $1,500 signature bond. And with that signature bond, he is to stay away from the 1195 Woodland Avenue. No further contact with the victim, Ruby Williams. He is to be 200 yards or more away from her. No contact at all by any means. And no drugs, alcohol, weapons, and guns while on bond.
Was the signature bond through the jail?
Yes, I'm sorry, jail.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Next, Judge, I have position number 6, Ms. China Green.
This is 25 CR 004825B, Shawnee Green, charged with 1 count of criminal trespass.
Hey, you got a 2025 trespass? Damn.
I didn't have anything on her.
Okay. Resident of New Jersey though. Is what I have, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, this incident stemmed from August 14, 2025. Police responded to the Motel 6 at 1377 Virginia Avenue in East Point, Georgia. The front clerk spotted the defendant on the property after previously been given a warning to stay away from that property due to illegal activities of solicitation. The front desk clerk showed the officers video footage of the defendant standing near the front door and walking back and forth on the property after having been told not to come back to that property. State is concerned that she does have an out-of-state address or is from a resident from the state of New Jersey. So we are concerned that she's a flight risk. So the state is going to be asking for $1,000 surety bond and to stay away from Motel 6, 1377 Virginia Avenue in East Point, Georgia.
PD?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Green is 29 years old. She does have a New Jersey address on her license. However, she is here and has been for the past month. She's here visiting and taking care of her sick mother. So she won't be leaving in the foreseeable future. She does have 2 children that are currently living in New Jersey with the father. And so we'd be requesting that she be released on a signature bond, 1, so that she can continue contact with her children, but also taking care of her sick mother. She is willing to go and stay at another hotel. She understands that she probably needs to stay away from this address, and she is willing to do that. So we just ask that she be released on a signature bond. Instead of the bond. She is unemployed and has been since she's been living here, staying here, taking care of the mother. So she does not have an income, Your Honor. So any bond is going to have the effect of no bond. And again, she is here for the foreseeable future, taking care of her mother. So we just ask that she be released on a signature bond.
All right, I will order a $1,000 signature bond, and that will be through the jail. And I will order that she stay away from that Motel 6 on Virginia Avenue. Don't go back there. And I will also order no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I believe that's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mhm.
Thank you, Judge. Next, I have position number
Number what now?
Position number 8, Jasmine
8.
Jones.
Okay. 25 CR 004828G, Jasmine Jones, charged with 1 count of battery.
Second arrest, I saw an arrest from July 26th for theft by taker.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident took place on August 15, 2025 at 123 Woodward Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. The victim in this case, Arthur Mahone, indicated that he went to that address. He doesn't know the defendant in this case very well. She's just a friend of his brother's. He went to his brother's home. He was in there taking a shower. She began banging on the door. He came out of the door. At that point, she hit him in the face with a frying pan, which caused his left eye to be swollen and for him to have a scratch on his nose, Your Honor. We did speak with the defendant. He definitely wants to continue pursuing charges. He wants no contact with the defendant, and he wants her to stay away from him. He is concerned that she does come to the residence there, and sometimes will stay there with his brother, but he wants her not to return back to that address, Your Honor. So based upon her history, the allegations, and the fact that she has an open case, Your Honor, the state is asking for a $2,000 surety bond to have no further contact with Arthur Malone, to have no drugs, weapons, or alcohol on her person, Your Honor.
Okay. And that was no further contact and a stay away? Is that the state's
Yes, Your Honor.
recommendation?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
PD Patton?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Jones is 29 years old. She is a Georgia native. She currently is staying between 2 homes. She's staying between the 4701 Flat Shoals Road address that is on her license, which is a family home, and the 123 Woodward where the event occurred, which is her friend's home. She is financially contributing to that place. She is set to start working at a nursing home on August 25th. She attended Villarica High School, graduated, attended Oglethorpe here, and then transferred to Georgia State. Again, she financially contributes to that home. So although the alleged victim is the brother of the tenant there, she's contributing financially. She does not know him very well. In fact, she is okay with the no contact, and she's okay to stay away from that address. She does have the family home that she can return to. So with her upcoming start date at her new job and the fact that she's okay with staying away, Your Honor, we'd ask that she be released on a signature bond. She is okay with only going back once to get any of her belongings that are still at the apartment. But we'd ask that she just be released on a signature bond.
All right. I'm going to order the $2,000 signature bond. And that signature bond will be through the jail. I don't believe this one's not restricted because it's not family. With that 2,000 SOB jail to stay away from the incident location, have no further contact with the victim, Arthur Malone. I will allow her to have a one-time police escort. I don't know, back to that location. Does she need that to get any personal belongings? Okay. So we'll order that one-time escort. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I believe that'll be it. Unless I missed anything. No?
Thank
No,
you.
Your Honor.
Okay. All right.
Next, Judge, I have position number 11, Miss Melissa Oliver.
Okay. This is 25 CR 004830B. Melissa Oliver charged with 1 count of criminal trespass and a 2nd count of cruelty to children 3rd degree and a 3rd count of simple battery.
Fifth arrest, 2014 failure to appear. 2012 reckless conduct, disorderly conduct.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
And
State.
Your Honor, the state is null processing the cruelty to children based upon the facts. That's not a valid charge. So we're only going to proceed on the simple battery and the criminal trespass, Your Honor.
Okay.
And Your Honor, on that day, the defendant is alleged, on August 14, 2025, the defendant is alleged to have went to the home of her mother, Vavalyn Oliver, Vavalyn. She was in an intoxicated state. She began throwing items around the home. She damaged the television. She spilled paint on the driveway, Your Honor. And that's the basis of the criminal trespass charge. In addition to that, she took a paint can and threw it at her brother, Your Honor. And that's the basis of the simple battery charge. Her brother is Davion Oliver, Davion Oliver. Your Honor, we were able to speak to her mom as it relates to this case, Your Honor. She believes her daughter needs some sort of help, some MH help. She has some other things that's going on with her. However, despite that, the state is asking for, on the simple battery, $1,000 surety, criminal trespass, $1,000 surety, to have no further contact with Vavalyn Oliver and Davion Oliver, and to take some sort of MH evaluation or ADAT evaluation, Your Honor, and to stay away from the address of 2328 Abner Place, Northwest, Your Honor.
Okay. And is it no further contact or no further violent contact?
You on mute, him.
No further violent contact.
Okay. Go ahead. Attorney
Yes.
Merrill.
Yes, Judge. Before you is Miss Oliver. She's 49 years old. She's also a lifelong resident of Georgia, and she does have an active address in Atlanta, Your Honor. She does have all adult children, Your Honor. And she is currently unemployed, Your Honor. Given that her criminal history is beyond 10 years at this point, Your Honor, and I only heard one FTA, I am asking for a signature bond on both the simple battery and the criminal trespass, Your Honor. I understand they may have some concerns about mental health, Your Honor, but I fear that if you do not set a signature bond, Your Honor, that she won't have any other support to be able to pay her bond to be able to get out, Your Honor. So I would just ask for a signature bond supervised to pretrial.
And the social worker go visit maybe and assess.
I can put one in place.
Okay. All right. I will order the $2,000 signature bond through the jail, 1,000 on each of the charges. And with that 2,000 SOB jail, I'm going to order that she stay away from her mom's home on Abner Place and have no further violent contact with her mom. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I believe that'll be it.
Next, Judge, I have position number 13, Miss Brianna Robertson.
First arrest.
This is 25 CR 004842G. Brianna Robertson charged with 1 count of driving hit and run, 2nd count duty of a driver to stop at or return to the scene of an accident, third count driving improper erratic lane change, and fourth count improper tag. Those are the 4 charges. State,
Yes, Your Honor. One moment.
okay?
All right. Your Honor, as it relates to this particular case, Your Honor, this case stemmed from November 2nd of 2023, so it's quite old. Officers responded to Georgia 400 northbound, just south of Haynes Bridge Road, in reference to a hit and run. Upon arrival, Officer Gore approached the driver of a vehicle that was involved in an accident, and that person was identified as a Mr. Caleb Hike, Haik, who stated that as he was driving, another driver was driving aggressively, and when that driver changed lanes, she struck the left front of his vehicle. He stated that initially the driver of the vehicle stopped, but then afterwards left the scene. While the vehicles were stopped, he was able to take a photo of the person that they identified as driver number one's license plate, and it was a California license plate bearing the tag number 7VCZ333. And he was able to describe the vehicle as a silver gray Ford Focus. That particular driver, number 2, did not complain of any physical injuries. However, he did have some damage to his actual vehicle. Officers were able to, based on the description and the license plate, identify that the suspect driver, number 2, was indeed Miss Brianna Robertson, and verified that that after the accident, that she never did, after the accident, call the police to report the accident. While working the accident, officers discovered that Ms. Robinson obtained her Georgia's driver's license on March 17, 2023, making her a resident of Georgia when this accident happened on November 2nd of 2023. However, because she had the California tags, that is the basis for charging her for the improper tags. Your Honor, she doesn't have any history. The state is asking for a split bond, if you will, on the more serious charge of hit and run for not staying for law enforcement to arrive on the scene. The state is asking for a $2,000 good bond. On the remaining charges, one is improper erratic lane change. We are asking for a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. And then for improper tag, we're asking for a $500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. I do not believe that I charged the 4th charge, Your Honor, so I will probably need to send an NOD in for that. So we're asking for a total of $1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1 on improper erratic lane change and improper tag, but on the more serious charge of hit and run for failure to not stop and report this accident, we're asking for a $2,000 good bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, so before you is Miss Brianna Robertson. She's 31 years old. She's been living in Georgia for over 6 years, Your Honor. She also has a son, Your Honor, that is 7 years old, and she's also attended some college where she studied psychology. Your Honor, she is also in the midst of her studies. She kind of basically watches children. That is basically how she gets her employment, but that's kind of, it's not a full-time or part-time. It's kind of flexible as she can get gigs, etc. Your Honor, because she doesn't have any criminal history, Your Honor, I am asking that she get the benefit of having a signature bond, Your Honor, so that she would be able to come back to court based off of her own signature, Your Honor. Nothing further from the defense.
All right. And the 3 charges, the hit and run, the improper erratic lane change, and then the improper tag, those are the 3. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor. Those are the 3
Deputy
charges.
Okay. Okay. All right. I will grant her the signature bond through pretrial services. On the first charge, $2,000. On the third charge, $1,000, and then on the fourth charge, 500. So that's 3,500. Do my math correct? Yes, 3,500, and that will be the pretrial services level 1. No driving unless you have the proper driving credentials, licenses, and tags. Otherwise, you can't drive. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. It's a question
Let the further
about
from
the bond.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even see
Your,
the shadow
your
hand.
client, I'm sorry.
ACDC, if you could just unmute for a quick second. Okay. Now, Ms. Robinson, I just want to say that she's giving you a signature bond. Is it a question about bond? Meaning you don't have to pay anything to be able to get out.
Hello?
I'm sorry.
Can you
I can hear you.
Okay, no, I was just trying to say to let her know that I'm currently homeless and how I'm
Oh.
gonna get the thing for the court for the court notice, how I can.
But I thought that you had the mailing address that we talked about.
No, on my ID, I do not live there. That's what I stated to you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I haven't lived here for 6 years.
So
Yeah.
you'll be keeping in touch with pretrial, having to report in. As long
Okay,
as you have a phone to be able to call in.
okay, thank you.
Does she have a phone?
Do you have a phone?
Yes, I have a cell phone.
Yes, she has cell phone and email
Okay.
Okay.
and an emergency contact.
Okay. All right. That's it.
I'm sorry, Judge. Can you please repeat the bond because I was on a call for with Wright
Oh, okay.
Street.
On the first charge, driving hit and run, 2,000, signature. On the third
Wait, hold
charge,
on.
which is
I'm
oh,
sorry, Judge. 2,000 signature bond through the jail or through pretrial?
jail. I'm sorry. All of them are pretrial. I'm sorry.
Okay, so signature bond through pretrial for the first charge, and then the second charge.
The second charge is that was the one he's going to drop. That driving improper erratic lane change, isn't that the one?
So, Judge, I think I see where the confusion is coming in at. So, hit and run and duty of driver to stop at or return to the scene of the accident is all one charge.
Yeah, that's all
Oh, that's
charge.
one.
And then the
Okay.
second charge would be the improper erratic lane change. And then the third charge is the improper tag must obtain in 30 days. So there's only 3 charges on this.
I think I messed that up and said 4. Okay, so it's 3.
Right.
Okay.
It's 1,000
So-
on the improper erratic lane change, I believe, Your Honor.
Right. And then on the tag would have been 500 SOB pretrial.
Okay, so 1,000. The second charge is 1,000 through the jail, through pretrial as well.
Yes.
And then the third charge, which is 500, that is through pretrial as well.
Just put them all through there.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
it's 3,500 SOB through pretrial.
3,500. Correct.
SOB through pretrial. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, next case, Judge. I have position number 17, Ms. Robinson.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is 25 CR 004832D. Miss Tion Robinson charged with 1 count of criminal trespass and damage to property and a 2nd count of simple battery.
Third arrest, 2023, inflict corporal injury on spouse, assault with a deadly weapon, conviction. That's out of California. 2020, unlawful assembly. That's it.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Very briefly, this incident stems from August 15, 2025. Officer Hampton arrived at 4571 Sahara Drive in Southwest Atlanta on an altercation call. Upon arrival, officer spoke with both Miss, I believe it's Tiani Robinson and Miss Mecca Allah, and Miss Allah, who presented with injuries, those injuries being a bite mark, and she was sprayed with pepper spray, indicated that Miss Robinson broke down the door and door frame to her bedroom. And when Miss Allah attempted to keep her out of that room, Miss Robinson did bite her on her forearm and sprayed her with pepper spray. Firefighters and EMTs were dispatched to treat Miss Allah for those injuries. And upon officers' investigation, they found that Miss Robinson was in fact the predominant aggressor in this situation, and so she was the one that was arrested. Miss Allah did advise that she wanted to press charges. She's been charged, as Your Honor already knows, with criminal trespass, damage to property for the damage that she did to the bedroom door, and also battery for the pepper spraying and the biting. We are asking, given her history, with which there were 3 prior arrests, at least 2 of them were violent in nature. We're asking for a global of $6,000 bond, 3,000 on the criminal damage to property, and another 3,000 on the battery, due to the fact that the pepper spray was used as well as the bite mark. So for a global of 6,000, that she has no further contact with Miss Allah, and that she stay away from the incident location, which is 4571 Sahara Drive in Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. Miss Mecca Allah does seem to be on the call, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Miss Allah, do you wish to briefly address the court today? No? Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Mr. Merrill, Attorney Merrill.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Robinson, who sits before you, she's 25 years old, Your Honor. She doesn't have any children, but she has done some studies, some college studies, Your Honor. She does have, oh no, I almost said she had mental health, but no, she does, she just has autism, sorry. Furthermore, Your Honor, she is a tattoo artist, so she's self-employed, Your Honor, but she doesn't present with anyone who will be able to sign her bond or be able to put up to pay for her bond, Your Honor. We do believe that this may be an instance of self-defense based off of my reading, Your Honor. And so what I would ask is that she is giving a signature bond. I know you're concerned that she had a out of California, the assault, Your Honor, but I believe I believe he said that was open, or would I'm not sure if he said that was a conviction or if it was still open. Um,
I am showing that one of the 2 out of California was in fact a conviction for a violent offense.
okay, okay. That so Miss So although she does have a California conviction, Your Honor, um, I still would ask for a signature bond, Your Honor. Miss Robinson, she doesn't seem, even with 3 cycles, doesn't have any FTAs. If she was on probation, she doesn't have any kind of violations of probations, Your Honor. And so that leads me to believe that Miss Robinson would at least come back to court and she follows the court's orders at this time. I understand that here we are with a criminal trespass and a simple battery, Your Honor, but I just believe that if you allow for her to be able to sign for her own bond, she'll be able to get out. Otherwise, setting any kind of bond, I don't believe she'll be able to get out at all.
All right. I'm going to order the surety bond, and I'm going to, on the first charge for the criminal trespass and damage to property, that will be 2,000, and on the simple battery, 2,000, for a total of $4,000 surety bond. I'm going to order her to stay away from the 4571 Sahara Drive, to have no further contact with Mecca Allah. She's to stay 200 yards or 2 football fields away from Miss Allah, and have no contact with her whatsoever. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And that should be it. 4,000 surety.
Excuse me, may I speak?
Miss Allah, ask me a question
Yes.
regarding the bond I just issued.
Not necessarily, more so her vehicle is still parked outside my house.
All right. I can allow a one-time law enforcement escort for her to come to pick up the vehicle if and when she makes bond.
Oh,
Otherwise, I guess you don't have much to do with it since it's not registered to you.
right. I was just making sure.
And Judge, is it okay? Can we inquire if Miss Allah opposes her release?
Yes, Miss Allah. Let me ask you this. Raise your right hand for me. Miss Allah, do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, yes.
Okay, put your hand down for me. Are you in fear of Miss Robinson?
Am I what?
In fear of Miss Robinson?
No,
Are you afraid of her? Okay. Do you want to have any further contact with her?
no, I do not.
Okay. All right. And you wanted to ask something, Attorney Merrill?
Yes, Miss Allah, are you opposed of her being released today? Even if the judge would include a no contact, so that even if you say not opposed, she could still order a no contact with you.
Okay, that's what I'm mostly focused on. I just don't want any contact. I don't want her to be in jail. No.
Okay.
Okay.
So
State.
Yeah, Your Honor, I would just add that not many people will get on here and say that they're in fear of someone unless it's a domestic violence situation. So that's I do understand Mr. Law not being in fear. I would say that the bond recommendation was mostly based on the not just this particular incident and the fact that we're breaking through doors and spraying mace, but also due to her violent history. She'd had some run-ins with law enforcement out in California where one resulted in a conviction. And so I think that given the gravity of the resources that were deployed to 4571 Sahara Drive, both EMT workers and also firefighters had to be deployed to that area to kind of stabilize the situation there. That Your Honor did not necessarily go with the state's recommendation, which is understandable, but I do think that Your Honor's $4,000 good bond is appropriate in this case. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
And Your Honor, may I just say that since the Miss Allah indicated that she doesn't want Miss Robinson to be in jail,
I never.
and that we would just renew our request for a signature bond, Your Honor. I understand where the state is saying that all these other external things has happened with the firefighters, et cetera. But we still believe that if you set a signature bond, that will ensure her appearance before court, Your Honor. I don't think that denies her ability to come back in court to be able to face these charges. I don't think she's going to be a flight risk. And I don't think that based off of my communication with her that she will be interacting with Miss Allah, Your Honor, based off of my interaction with her.
When was the California conviction, Deputy Rhodes?
You're on mute. Oh, you're not saying anything. Sorry.
Oh, I was sad. Thank you, Mr. Morrell. Give me 1 second, Your Honor.
Okay.
123.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
2023. Okay, so that's pretty recent. I was thinking it was much older, but it's not. I am concerned about that. And for the safety of the victim. And they've not had the ample cooling down period regarding this case. So I'm going to leave it at the 4,000 surety for now.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Allah. All right.
Next, Judge, I have position number 20, Ms. White.
Okay. 25 CR 004838A. Shania White, charge of 1 count of theft by shoplifting.
25. Open possession of a Schedule 2, 25 PI 005641. On probation out of Louisiana. Possession of fentanyl. Possession of heroin. Got an open case out of Louisiana for battery. What else? She got a couple of bench warrants from 2024 out of Louisiana. That's all.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right.
As it relates to Ms. White, on July 29th of 2025, she, along with DeMonte Wallace, entered into the BP Family Travel Center at 7860 Sonora Road in Fairburn, Georgia. And while inside, Ms. White did pick up a box of Corona Ultra beer and as well as some feminine hygiene products. And she bypassed all points of sale without paying for those items, quickly jumping into the vehicle with Mr. Wallace, and then they quickly sped off from that particular location. The incident was captured on video cameras and surveillance, and this did occur in Fulton County, Your Honor. It does appear that she has, in addition to what Pete Pretrial indicated, there's 24 cycles out of Louisiana and 2 cycles in the state of Georgia. And one of the cycles in the state of Georgia, it also includes the possession of a Schedule II substance, Your Honor. So it does seem like there may be some need for alcohol drug evaluation and treatment here. So we are asking for a $1,000 good bond only because of the open cases, but also that she undergoes alcohol drug evaluation and treatment. Stay away from that incident location, which was the BP Family Travel Center at 7860 Sonora Road. And at this time, have no further contact with the co-defendant in this case, DeMonte Wallace. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Attorney Merrill.
Yes. Before you, Miss White, she's 27 years old, Your Honor. She does have 2 daughters. She has a 12-year-old and a 1-month-year-old, Your Honor, and as well as she does have her associate's degree, Your Honor. She doesn't, she's currently unemployed at this time, Your Honor, and I would be asking for a signature bond through pretrial, where she can be supervised, Your Honor. With having a bond set even low as $100, she indicated that she would not have anyone to be able to pay for it, Your Honor. And so I just would ask that a supervision through pretrial would be granted to Miss White, Your Honor. That would be the request of the I was about to say the request of the state, the request of the defense. And Your Honor, after today, this case will be a conflict with our office, so it has to be assigned to one of the conflict defense attorneys.
All right. Well, she does have some serious previous charges, 25 cycles. But I do understand her being unemployed, having a child. But it seems she has enough contact. She's a Georgia native, right?
That is correct. I have an address out of Atlanta, Georgia. I could double check right now to see if it's out of Fulton.
Okay,
Yes, it's out of Fulton.
out of Fulton.
Yes.
All right, I will give her a $2,000 signature bond through the jail. And with that $2,000 signature bond through the jail, going to order that she have no further contact with the co-defendant, is it DeMonte Wallace?
Yes.
And that she stay away from the incident location on Sonoya Road, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
All right.
And that should be it.
And for the co-defendant, I waived his. Oh, we still got another person, ACDC, but I waived his presence, so we do that at the end, etc.
Oh, he's a waiver. Okay.
Well, since it's the same factual basis, if you if you want to
Yeah,
address,
that's
Go ahead
fine.
and get it out of the way.
yeah.
Get you out of the way. Right. So
Uh,
we've got the same. Can I call that one, Deputy? We'll just do it while we're right here at the facts.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
think
but
we have that.
Judge,
I
you
don't
can
think
go.
we have
have one more
one or
case.
two more. Yeah, we just have one more, right?
I have position number 21, Ms. Willis,
Okay.
and
We'll
that's our
do
last
that one.
case here at HCDC.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me call that one. Thank you. 25 CR 004839F. Cicely Willis, is it? Simple battery family violence is the charge.
6 total. You got an open simple battery DV. out of another city in Georgia. That's the 2024 Simple Battery DV. Got a 2019 theft of services, battery arrest, 2017 false imprisonment dismissed. That's all.
All right, say.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident stems from August 15, 2025. Officer Marrero went to the incident location, which is 3626 Croft Place in Northwest Atlanta. Ms. Willis is accused of having, with her domestic partner, Mr. Corwin, hit him in the face 2 times with an open hand. There were no visible injuries. However, she's alleged to have swung a pot at him, but missed hitting him with the pot. But at some point, Mr. Corwin thought it necessary to call 911, especially after the pot was swung at him. And then she left the residence, but then she came back. And when she came back, Mr. Corwin called the police out a second time. And police were then tried to get her out of the house. She was a bit resistant, but they were able to finally get her, um, into the police vehicle. I believe she's charged with
Simple assault.
just simple
Simple
assault, not
battery.
simple battery.
Oh, it's not
I
simple
think I
battery.
changed it to simple battery.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I think
There
I
you
think
go.
I did change it to simple battery. She is charged with simple battery, I believe, family violence. I do know that Mr. Corwin does want contact with her, so we're going to ask for no further violent contact with Mr. Corwin, and that she be allowed to return to 3626 Croft Place Northwest. I think that she has a warrant out of Whitfield County, so there may have been a hit confirmation as it relates to a warrant out of Whitfield County, Mr. Howard. Um, if she is waiting to go to Whitfield County and for them to pick her up, the state would not be opposed to a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial service level 3 supervision, so that she can go take care of that warrant, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. hmm Did you see that pretrial?
Yes, it's in there. Well, the
It's in
hold is
there.
not on the
Okay.
jailing side, but when I go into the documents, I can see the hit confirmation. So,
Okay.
Ms. Willis, you can hear me? Yes. Thumbs up? Yes. Okay. So remember how I said I didn't see a hold? I can see the document. So when they reprocess you, that's probably when it's going to pop up. Okay?
Mhm.
All right. Sorry about that. I had to clarify what I
Uh-huh.
told on the phone.
Right.
Your Honor, so before us is Ms. Willis. She is 34 years old. She's a lifelong resident. I too have spoken to Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller also indicated that he didn't oppose her arrest. He wanted her to get out of jail. Your Honor, she does have 2 children. She has 2 sons, a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. The 2-year-old, she's actually still nursing. And then she's also expecting. She's actually 9 weeks pregnant, Your Honor. Furthermore, Your Honor, she is the sole caretaker of her children, and she also has her working on her bachelor's in music. Your Honor, she she is currently completing her birth doula certification. So that is what she's kind of she's completing her certifications, going through practicums, so that she can be able to become a full on doula, Your Honor. That is what she desires. With that being said, I would ask that if we follow the state's recommendation of the $3,000 signature bond, nothing further from the defense.
Right. I will grant the $3,000 signature bond through pretrial. We're going to make that a level 3. Um, I'm going to order that she have no further violent contact with the victim, Mr. Corwin. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond. And I believe that'll be it.
No drugs, alcohol. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
got it.
And Judge, you said no further violent contact, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. We're completed here at ACDC.
Thank you. All right. Have a good one.
What was that, bond?
Well,
3,000 signature bond level 3.
Oh, this per judge.
Yes.
And what about? Oh, never mind.
Let me go back to the waiver, Mr. DeMonte, position 19.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember the shoplifting facts on that. State, are you okay with Mr. Our Attorney Morrell going ahead and presenting? Or do you want to do a quick summary? Let me call it 25 CR 004837 DeMonte Wallace. And I'm sorry, pretrial, we didn't even ask you.
4837J.
What did I say?
One.
Oh,
It's
483.
Sunday. That's fine.
It's a J, right?
16 total. Got to open
Right.
burglary, first degree, possession of tools out of Gwinnett.
Right.
Obstruction, possession of a Schedule 2, possession of meth as well. 2010 robbery, sale of marijuana, ag battery, riot, and penal institution conviction. That's it.
And Judge, I was responding to you, but I didn't realize I was on mute. I was totally fine with
Oh,
the order you wanted to go.
okay. Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. Yes, that is fine. Go ahead, Attorney Merrill.
Yes, so Mr. Wallace is 33 years old. He is a lifelong resident of Georgia, Your Honor. He has an address that's out of Jonesboro, Georgia. That is where his grandmother lives, so that's where he will also be staying, Your Honor. He doesn't have any children, Your Honor, but he does have a professional certification. He has his HVAC and diesel technology. He's currently unemployed, Your Honor, and he was on the felony calendar. I just mentioned that because I don't know the status of what his an indictment. But the facts of this was that he was in the car, Your Honor, when Miss Shania White was inside of the store. He purchased his item, went into the car, moved his car to another parking spot while Miss Shania White was inside being alleged of doing shoplifting. He indicates he had no idea that Miss Shania White was doing these things. He also indicated that if she was having financial hardship, he would have just went in and paid for the items. We would be asking for a signature bond on Mr. Wallace. He does indicate that he does indicate that he upholds his innocence against shoplifting. He didn't even know that what was going on inside of the store at all because he was out moving his car around, etc. And it wasn't some kind of like getaway quick scheme. Nothing further from the defense. So we would just ask for a signature bond.
Well, are they friends or he's not the father of the child, I'm guessing?
No, he doesn't have any
Okay.
children.
Okay, you said that. All right. I will give him a $1,000 signature bond through the jail. And he is to stay away from that BP Center, I believe, is on Sonoya Road.
That is correct. That address is 7860 Sonoya Road in Fairburn.
All right, he's to stay away from there. And I'm going to order that he have no further contact with the co-defendant, Shania White. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, Judge, they both present with some serious drug background, which is why I asked for that stay away.
Mm-hmm.
And for the record, Your Honor,
Okay.
when he kind of propped the door open for her, so when she ran out the store and hopped in the seat, he sped off. So
Straight away.
I appreciate Mr. Morrell's advocacy, but it does make for party to a crime, I believe.
Gotcha. Well, let's hope they stay away from each other going forward. They won't be back here together anyway. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Position number 12, refuse, so we reset behavior.
Oh,
And I'm 12 was reset. Okay.
yes,
Ponder.
Judge Ponder, reset for behavior. It is for position 12. Is this showing just mental health or was he just resistant?
He just refused to get up. I'm not sure any music
Oh,
or not. I'm not sure.
got it.
And did I say on 19? And I'm sure I did, but I don't remember. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, or guns while on bond.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 1,000 signature bond through the jail. Stay away. No further contact and no drugs, alcohol, and weapons.
Gotcha. Yeah. Is that it, Mr. Jordan?
Yes, all I have.
Do we have someone that bonded out?
Griffin bonded out.
Who?
Griffin.
Griffith? Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
What
Have a
happened
good
to
one.
Otis Ponder? Otis Ponder.
Reset medical
That's reset.
Oh,
behavior.
okay. Thank you.
Behavior.
If we could just go through the calendar and then I'll be.
Oh yeah, that's what Mr. Jordan will do. I was started out was going to say happy Sunday, everybody.
One day, fun day. Fulton County.
Right.
Yeah.
Never a dull day in Fulton County. That is correct.
Ever.
Position 1 is a $2,000 surety reset SAP. Position 2 is a $2,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 2. Position 3 is a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1. Position 4 is a $1,500 sign-on bond jail. Position 5 is a $3,000 surety reset SAP. Position 6 is a $1,000 sign-on bond jail. Position 7 is a $3,000 surety.
Wait. 7 is a 3,000 surety, correct?
7.
Yes,
Okay, gotcha.
it's 1,000 for count 1 and 2,000 for count 2. Reset SAP. Position 8 is a $2,000 sign-on bond jail. Position 9 is a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 1. Position 10 is a $3,000 sign-on bond jail. Position 11 is a $2,000 sign-on bond jail. 1,000 for the criminal trespass and 1,000 for the simple battery. The cruelty to children charge was NOD. Position 12 is reset to Monday SEA 818. Position 13 is a $3,500 sign-on bond pretrial level 1, 2,000 for count 1, 1,000 for count 2, and 500 for count 3. Position 14 is a $10,000 surety bond, reset SAP. Position 15 is a $10,000 surety bond, reset SAP. Position 16 is a $10,000 surety bond, reset SAP, 5,000 per charge. Position 17 is a $4,000 surety bond, reset SAP. That's 2,000 per charge. Position 18 is a $5,000 surety, reset SAP. Position 19 is a $1,000 sign-on bond jail. Position 20 is a $2,000 sign-on bond jail. Position 21 is a $3,000 sign-on bond pretrial level 3 per judge. Oh, and that's it.
All right, perfect.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you,
Definitely.
Your Honor.
Take care.
All right. Take care.
Good.
Bye-bye.